Hello and welcome back. So the new update has arrived and a lot of changes were made to the storyline missions, a lot of changes were made to the AI in the storyline missions, and most importantly a lot of changes were made to the weapon systems in the game. Some weapons got nerfed while others got buffed. The first storyline that I'll be taking a look at is the super soft drink, and first thing that I did notice, the reward was increased from 25 million ISK to 35 million ISK, which is actually very nice. And overall the rest of the mission is the same, the description is the same and the text is also the same. Now for this mission I'll be using my Phantasm and I'll be showing you the fit that I use at the moment. Now the lasers, the medium lasers, did get a buff, a 20% tracking buff, and I think a 20% buff on the damage, which is very nice. Overall, the rest of my fit you might have already seen in the previous videos. This is my primary fit for storyline missions and for PvE. So it will be time to see what the storyline mission will look like and time to see how the ship will perform in the new storyline. Alright, well, I have arrived at the location and immediately I notice the sensor dampeners working. Now, most of these ships now will be equipped with sensor dampeners and a lot of them will also carry other electronic warfare modules, including the scrambler, and that means you will have to be very careful while you are doing these missions, because one mistake can cost a ship. Now in my case I orbit at 27 kilometers and I do have my modules active. My active resistance is at around 92%, so it is decent, and of course the adaptive invulnerability field will allocate more resistance points to the damage that the shield is taking, to the damage type that the shield is taking. And well, so far the first wave of enemies did remain the same. Let's see what the second wave will be. Okay, well, 4 ships. Now, if I can recall correctly, I do remember seeing 5 ships in the pre-patch mission, so this is a change. In this case, always make the small ships a primary target. The destroyers and the frigates are going to carry scramblers and webifers, and because of that they should be your primary target. As you can see, they are getting destroyed very quickly. Very nice damage output on this Phantasm, and that Celestis is the next target. Okay, let's orbit the other Celestis. So far, as you can see, the mission doesn't appear to be that difficult. Now, also one thing that is changed, the NPCs can repair each other now. That means you need to have a decent DPS output in order to penetrate their tank, which in this case 435 DPS is enough. Of course that can be increased to 730 once I activate the heatsinks. The third wave has 5 ships. I will focus on the destroyer. After that I'll focus on that bomber. So far the mission is quite easy, and I have to admit also quite, should I say, more fun, because I actually do have more fun doing the missions now than before. Mostly it's because I can't AFK the mission, because one mistake can cost me 3 billion ISK and I don't want that to happen. Okay, that Vexor is the next target. Now I have to say, I think I could do this with my cover tops, but I did decide to go in blind with my Phantasm. I do trust the ship a lot because it is quite fast. it also has very decent resistances and it has very decent DPS. Okay, the fourth wave. Usually the fourth wave has that elite thorax that is very fast, but this time around there is no elite thorax, and that I am thankful for. That elite thorax was a very tricky ship to destroy, but now there is a lot of these destroyers and bombers and frigates that will be my primary target. Now they also added one more wave to the storylines, so you can expect 5 waves here. This is the 4th wave, and that means there is one more wave incoming. Okay, that Vexor is quite fast actually. Okay, that's impressive. Well, that Vexor is about to be destroyed then. The Vexor next target, and after the Vexor most likely I'll go after the destroyer. Very interesting so far. I do like how they did change the missions, and I mostly say this because there is the elite thorax is gone. That ship was a major problem for a lot of players. That ship was a major problem because it was very fast and it can do a lot of DPS. So I think in this case this mission might be actually a little bit easier. And of course the bounty rewards are increased, which is very nice, and I think now the bounty rewards are actually as they should be. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, 3 dampeners on me already. Okay, well, these ships don't like the Phantasm. I can't blame them. The Phantasm is very deadly. Okay, let's see. That destroyer is approaching me very fast, very rapidly. That means that destroyer will be the primary target. After the destroyer, I will go after the elite bomber. Now the key here is to keep those deadly ships at distance, outrun them, and outgun them. They should be dead after that quite fast. They use MVDs, use that in your advantage. That means you can also use target painters if you like. It will actually help out a lot if you can't hit those small ships. But because they have MVDs, it should be very easy to hit them. Now the next target will be that bomber. That bomber is going down, thankfully. I don't want these ships anywhere near my Phantasm, but kind of funny actually, because I do have a medium to close range fit. I mean, 25 kilometers is close for me because I am used to fight these ships at 70 kilometers, but I guess 25 kilometers also do the work just fine. Next target is that elite Celestis. That elite Celestis can be tanky. Speaking of tankiness, they did increase the resistances on these ships. They also increased their effective HP. That means they have overall more shields, more armor, and more hull, which means they are in general more tanky and harder to kill. But I still am managing to complete this storyline very fast. Now, if I did fly my cover tops, that would be a different story, because the DPS is at least 2 times lower than on my Phantasm. That means with the Phantasm I should be clearing the story twice as fast as with my cover tops. And that is just in my case, because I did fit my cover tops for range while the ship is built for DPS. 5 more ships are left. That Celestis is the next target. After that, I think I'll go after the destroyers, because they are the second closest ships to me. My apologies. For a moment I forgot how to speak. Okay, let's see. It will be the destroyer. Okay, let's. Now, one thing that kind of worries me, that's that I noticed like just now. The system name is called Parts, and I don't know. I think the game is trying to tell me that my phantasm will will turn into parts flying through space. In other words, the game is trying to tell me that my phantasm is about to be turned into parts. Well, I will try to prevent that, but who knows? I mean, a very odd system name for my first storyline mission. That is kind of very interesting. And okay, well, let's see what happens. I'll be very careful not to make any mistake that I will regret later on, because this ship is quite expensive and I don't want to lose it just yet. Okay, that thorax is going down. After the thorax, the Celestis will be the primary. Okay, now you might be wondering, why aren't these ships shooting at me? And I asked myself if this might be a bug. But then I realized that these ships are built to repair their allies. That means they don't have any turrets. And that means they are easy targets, which is also part of the new update. Like I said before, the pirates can repair each other now. That also includes the NPC ships, they can repair each other now. That means some of them will not have turrets on them to shoot at you, so that makes them easy targets, and they also give very nice ESC reward. Well, seems like this was the last wave. Okay, well, lots of wrecks flying around that I will loot now, and after that I'll be showing you the loot that I did get. Now, one important part of the update, most of the rats now will carry the electronic warfare modules, and well, this time I did get a warp scrambler from a destroyer, which is good. That means you can also get these modules from normal rats. Non-elites are also going to carry them, which is good, and it should bring down the price for these modules. At the moment they are still expensive, but give it a couple days, couple weeks, and the price will go down and the price will stabilize itself, which means most of these modules will be affordable to the vast majority of players. Well then, let's warp in at the second site. This will be fun. Supposedly the second part is more difficult, so... And again, same system. I am in parts, and that's not a good sign for my phantasm. My phantasm about to be turned into parts. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Okay, jokes aside, when you warp in at the second site, you will have 12 ships waiting for you. Now, again, I recommend that you warp at 60, 70, 80 kilometers, just to see which ships are going to attack you first, which ships are going to approach you first, and, well, the fastest are my primary targets. In this case, this bomber and that destroyer. Now, just to be safe, I'll be aligning myself to the sun, because I don't know what else will approach me. And let's see, I will target this bomber now. Now keep in mind, these ships that are approaching you very quickly, they do have webs and they do have scramblers, and they need to be your primary target. If you have beam cannons, or if you have, let's say, artillery, they can outmaneuver your guns, and in that case there is a problem, because you are not going to be able to shoot down that ship. And let's say if they manage to web your ship and scramble your ship, let's say you use a MVD, a scrambler will turn off your MVD, which means you will lose 95% of your speed. If you don't have a good tank, for example, and if the rest of the enemy ships get too close, then you get outgunned and you risk losing your ship. So you have to be very careful here, and you need to target the fastest ships first, the ships that do carry the disruptors, the ships that do carry the webifers, because they do represent the highest threat in the storylines at the moment. Okay, this is the second wave, and I do see a frigate that is very fast. That will be my primary target. Now I see a destroyer, or should I say two destroyers, and potentially a bomber. That will be secondary. And well, as you can see, that frigate is actually approaching me very fast, and thankfully the Phantasm is also fast, so I can maintain some distance, which will allow me to shoot down the enemy ship while running away from it. Okay, these three other ships are also getting a little bit too close. That means they need to be destroyed. That destroyer is the next target. After the destroyer, the second destroyer. After the second destroyer, it will be time to shoot down that elite cruiser that is also very fast. Now I did notice there are several very fast cruisers. Well, actually not very fast, but they're fast. They can also be a problem, and I think they also do carry at least a webifer, so don't allow them to get too close. Now the next target will be that Vexor Navy, and I am at least 60 kilometers from the second nearest enemy ship, so I can take my time at shooting down this enemy ship. And so man, this will be fun because there is 3 more waves left to clear. Okay, well, after shooting down most of these ships, this is the last ship of this wave, a Thorax, and of course this Thorax is built to repair the allies. That means no turrets on this ship, which means a easy kill. Well then, let's see what the next wave will bring us. I will align myself again to the sun just in case they spawn too close to me. Okay, well, let's see. Third wave, go. Okay, 23 ships did warp in. Let's see which ship is the fastest, and there we go. That's the first frigate that will be the primary target. That frigate does carry a scrambler, as any other frigate in any storyline at the moment. Okay, and of course they use sensor dampeners on me, which, as you can see, did reduce my lock on for at least 10 more seconds. That can be a problem, but it is generally not that harmful as webifers and scramblers, and well, I can live with 13 seconds lock on, but I can't live if I get scrambled 10 times or if I get webbed 10 times. That is something that, for example, I will not allow. Okay, next target, the destroyer. Now after you clear all these fast ships, you should be safe, but again, be careful. Okay, that's 1 down, 2 more left to go. As you can see, that thing is called interdictor as well, so nope, that's not gonna get close. That's not getting close to me. Nope, I'm out. I'm out. There we go, that's 1 down. And now the Nemesis is the last target. Almost did let that destroyer too close to me. Now you need to know that the scramblers do have a short range, about 11 kilometers, so that ship was almost within scramble range, but I did shoot it down before it could get too close to me. Well then, next target is that Nemesis, and there we go. That Nemesis got destroyed. Okay, let's jump on that support thorax. Well, I call it a support thorax. It is still a combat ship, just using remote armor repair in the high slots instead of turrets. That's why that ship is not shooting at me. Well, lots of wrecks floating around. Well, I guess this system does live up to its name. This system does live up to the name parts, because at the moment there's lots of parts floating around here, as you can see. Well then, I am ready for the fifth wave. Well, let's see what the fifth wave will bring. I am very curious to see what will happen and how many ships are going to charge at me. Okay, they spawned in, there we go. Okay, they are far away, 60 kilometers, that's good. Let's wait a couple seconds to see 8 dampeners on me. Oh my god, this is gonna take a year to lock on now. Okay, 2 of the frigates, 3 of the destroyers. Okay, frigates are going to be the primary target. They are super fast, but I am already far away. I'm very safe from these frigates. The MVD that they're using is helping me more than it's helping them at the moment, because as you can see, I absolutely destroyed that frigate, almost a one-shot kill. The next frigate is about to get destroyed. Again, almost one shot, but it's okay. And well, these 2 frigates are down. That means I should be safe from any scrummers or webifers. And now time to engage the destroyers and to destroy the destroyers. The destroyer getting destroyed. Okay, that escalated quickly. After this destroyer, I will align myself to the sun, because I don't like how things are approaching me. They are fast. These destroyers are fast. Okay. Let's see, that thing got shot down. That's excellent. Time to shoot down the next target. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Should I go after the Celestis or after the... This might be a wrong choice that I made. I should have focused on the destroyers. They are at the moment closer to me. Okay, that Celestis is still the primary target. There we go. I got scrambled. Excellent. I did allow that thing to get too close to me. Thankfully, I have a afterburner. Afterburners cannot be affected by scrummers, only MVDs. And well, the last ships left on the field, time to shoot it down. And well, I have to say, the storylines are definitely a lot more exciting now. In my case, I do have more fun clearing them now than before. The loot is also fantastic. You can get very decent items. You can get very nice bounty rewards. And at the moment, the storylines are just in the right spot where they need to be. Well, Phantasm did perform excellent. I do absolutely love this ship. And well, with that being said, stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.